Tom DeLay is signing books at the Trover Bookshop here on Capitol Hill. It's Authors Night. It's sponsored by the Hill newspaper. Mr. DeLay, you signed that book for that gentleman, Keep the Faith. Why'd you sign it like that?
Well, the book is about challenging people to know what you believe in and fight for what you believe in. And it uses me and my life as an example. And so my motto over my entire political career has been keep the faith, whatever it means to you. Keep the faith in your government, keep the faith in your country, keep the faith in yourself. Just keep the faith and fight for it.
Title of the book is No Retreat, No Surrender. Why is that?
Well, I wanted to send the message to people that I was not retreating by stepping down from Congress. That in fact I am more busy than ever before in pushing the conservative movement and supporting Israel. So I'm very much involved in that. I haven't given up one day, and I'm still fighting for what I believe in.
What's life like outside of the dome of the Capitol?
It's wonderful. You get to be with your family. You actually have weekends off. You actually get off by 6 o'clock and go to dinner with friends. I mean, it is wonderful, and you get to do and say whatever you want to without fear of reprisal. And it's such a freeing experience to step out of Congress and move forward. I'm very proud of our record. I'm very proud of my service, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to a new future.
Do you think the Republicans, in part, were guilty of overspending and thus responsible for their own fate in '06?
No, I think that it was part of it, the perception of overspending. But if you look at the record, we did an incredible job, especially compared to the Democrats in Congress now. I mean, they're spending with abandon. They're raising taxes. We held the line. It was 12 years of no tax increases in the federal government. And if you look at, particularly in the Bush years, non-defense discretionary spending was held below inflation, and in 2002 was actually cut for the first time since Ronald Reagan. And the percent of overall federal spending has never gotten back to what the Democrats spent in the early 90s. So it's unfortunate that people have that perception, and it's our fault that they have that perception. But it was a combination of a lot of things, not the least of which the Democrats over the last 6 years have built one of the most powerful, impressive coalitions, political coalitions that I've ever witnessed, and they used it to defeat Republicans. Republicans have nothing like it.
Did you ever talk to Newt Gingrich?
Yeah, occasionally. We're not buds, but we have the great utmost respect for each other. I don't know of a smarter man than Newt Gingrich, and his advice is always welcome.
Who do you like in '08?
I don't have a candidate now. My heart's favorite is Mike Huckabee. I've known Mike Huckabee for 25 years. He is what you see. He doesn't have to design what he believes in, and he's standing up for a good conservative cause.
Former Majority Leader Tom DeLay, here's his book, No Retreat, No Surrender, on One American's Fight, co-authored or helped with by Stephen Mansfield. Who is he?
Stephen Mansfield's a dear friend of mine, a prolific author himself. He wrote The Faith of George W. and has written many other books, and over the years I've come to know him, and he's the one that forced me to write the book.
Well, you're here at the Trover Bookshop, and you're seated next to Christopher Hitchens.
One of my favorites. Actually, I have the utmost respect for Christopher Hitchens.
Why is that?
Because he's a man that knows what he believes in and stands up and fights for what he believes.
You're known as a born-again Christian. Christopher Hitchens is not. What do you think about that issue?
Well, I don't agree with his approach, but because faith, I think, is everything, and truth comes from God, and so I don't agree with that. I don't agree with some of what he does. I have great admiration for other things, like his support for the war in Iraq and all of that, and his ability to tell what he thinks is the truth. It's pretty impressive.
Well, Christopher Hitchens' book...
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Christopher Hitchens' book, God Is Not Great, has been nominated for a 2007 National Book Award. Mr. Hitchens, what do you think about that?
I think there are too many prizes in this business.
Do you want to win?
And if I wanted to, if you're willing to go to events where writers give each other awards, you need never dine alone. You could be out every night of the week.
So will you
This is a serious award. I mean, my publisher says it's a big deal.
will you be at the dinner on November 14th in New York?
I think it would be churlish not to go to the dinner, since they've been so nice as to. And apparently there's money if you win. As well. It's not just a statuette. I got the National Magazine Award. I had to give it back. It goes to my editor. So the thing is on his desk. And there's no money in it. So I thought, what the hell is this? I didn't go to that dinner.
You're still spending quite a bit of time.
Murray Kempton got the Pulitzer. I wrote him a letter saying, I think no less of you. I think that's the way to do it. So,
You've been spending quite a bit of time debating Christians around the country.
Muslims too, yes.
And?
Well, I caught myself making an idiotic remark the other day at the end of one of these debates, which was with a senior theologian, Alistair McGrath, at Georgetown last week. As it was over, I said to myself, they never come up with any new arguments. And I thought to myself, well, they wouldn't, would they? These are old arguments. It's no disgrace that they're old. It's that we have better explanations now for where we're from, why we're here, who we are, where our cosmos comes from, where we are. Religion was the first and the worst, but at least it was first to try philosophy and biology and so on.
Has the former Majority Leader Tom DeLay been lobbying you at all on the issue of religion?
No, we've just agreed to be shoulder to shoulder against the theocratic terrorists in Iraq.
Amen.
On that, we are faith-based scumbags will not take over Mesopotamia.
Christopher Hitchens.
We're at one.
And I haven't had a bad day